welcome, Jonathan.
Hello.
Thank you for coming in this
You're
way.
welcome.
Yeah,
No,
please.
no problem. Bring all the toys.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I'm a little late
No,
again.
no, not at all. Maybe we'll have a chat first and then we'll
Yeah.
play with your special toys.
That's fine. I meant to check. Did you want shirt
Yeah.
or something casual?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so would you like a coffee?
Yes, please.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah,
stand
when you
here
work.
while I'm making it. It's a little. Okay, thank you. How was the morning? Packing up in the rain, not too pleasant.
I had to,
Maybe you can sit here. You are.
actually, just before you get started,
Yeah, it's starting. It's rolling.
I have
Yeah.
something for you.
Thank you. Oh. Let's have a look. Yes. Ah, thank you.
Please, I
know
would
what
like-
it is. Yeah.
I would like you to have.
Oh, thank you. I really like this class. And I like the teddy bear. Yeah. It's a teddy bear? Yeah, it's a teddy bear. And you utilize the dots as part of the outline. So nicely packed. Thank you. You can go to Japan and work at the department store
Thank you.
packing things. But if you go to Japan, you should go to the department stores and admire their packaging
Yes.
skills. Yeah. Actually, there are lots of YouTube videos of that.
Yeah. Expert
Oh,
packers.
thank you. This is beautiful. I like the thinness of it and
Yeah.
the capacity of it. Let's check how much it actually holds. So say 96. Maybe call it 100. Yeah, we'll call it 100. It's nice. Okay, so I have one in this. What would you like?
Yes.
And what would you like to do?
A 100?
Okay, 100. Perfect. This is one thing I don't need to worry when I make coffee in my cups.
Clear. I do the same. I think the clear is easy to see what's going on.
Yeah. Maybe on this phone, could you take a video of me pouring a rabbit or something?
Sure can.
I keep saying yoisho is what all people say
Ah,
to strain, to get extra strength.
and how is Athena today?
Athena's very good. Actually, she's been keeping me warm since. She's been keeping everyone warm from yesterday. She's been warm, but
Still
she's been keeping me warm since 2:30. Once again, I couldn't sleep.
early start.
Yeah. So I woke up just after midnight. Maybe I had 3 hours though. And then I came in. I had a good time. I filmed something. I made 2 videos today already. So this is the
Well
3rd one.
Oh.
It's crazy. And when I got here, I parked the car in darkness. It was raining a lot, and it was feeling me something. And I opened the door, and without knowing, there was a drunk guy standing right outside the door. It was someone I knew. He was one of the road gang.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but because of the heavy rain 2 days running, they're having a party. So they knew they couldn't work today. Yeah, so they're having a party. And I sharpened the knife for his dad. I will split. Beautiful, but it's okay. Money is always good. It's okay.
Find that one a tricky shape.
Okay. So, his dad saw my video playing at the shop from me sharpening the knife. So his dad asked me to sharpen his knife for me, and then he wanted to do the same. So he was drunk 2:30 in the morning, and he was asking me, "Could you sharpen my knife?" And he was swaying side to side. It was so funny.
Not the best time.
No, it was good. It was so funny. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Perfect. Okay, so please take a seat.
Thank you.
Funny.
Fabulous.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all kind because Alright, so thank you, Jonathan, for coming to the show.
You're most welcome. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. You have been here for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I took a little break in the middle, but
you actually zipped back.
went back home.
Okay. That's good. I feel good that you had a chance to do that.
Yeah, I had a few engagements to attend.
Okay. And you had a chance to catch up with your daughters and your partner. That's very good. Yeah, I feel better for you. But what brought you to Mallacoota?
So, that was the question about the shirt.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. I've been offered an opportunity to come down here and help the local community.
Yeah.
It's nearly 2 years after the bushfires that devastated the community, but we're back here to do some much needed recovery work. So clearing trees, clearing regrowth, fence lines, mostly those sorts of activities.
Right. When you say we, that is
the Disaster Relief Australia group. And we've.
Who are there? Just briefly.
Yeah, so we're a not-for-profit.
Yeah.
We're not a government body, unlike some of the bushfire recovery Victoria, for example.
Yeah.
Disaster Relief Australia are predominantly veterans, so ex-military members. I'm actually currently a serving member.
Okay.
And there are a few others that were still serving members with us down in this week actually.
Yeah.
Also emergency service workers, so CFA volunteers, permanent or paid firefighters and SES, police and other emergency workers.
All people with all different skills but related to helping people out in disasters.
Yeah, so...
And do you normally go to disasters immediately after what happens, or do you sometimes go later?
Once the lights and sirens have being switched off. That's about the first time that you may start to see our blue shirts as we're working. Typically though, it will take maybe a couple of days to get all of the logistics up and running, getting the teams organised. We have members all over the country. At the moment, there's still some restrictions for travel. We had some of our group this week were from South Australia, so they've had to have COVID tests to get back into South Australia, and then they have to have another test once they're there.
So, but is it unusual for Disaster Relief Australia to send a team to a location after 2 years of what happened?
That is a little bit unusual, and in this case, there was some work done, not immediately after the fire, but very, very close after the fire, as I understand. And unfortunately, the COVID situation back then made it just impractical for us to continue work.
You guys actually tried to organise things a few times, but they had to be aborted because of the lockdowns or whatever.
Yes, and in that process we made contact with yourself, obviously. And a few of our members have been very keen and vocal within the organisation to come back to Mallacoota, not solely for your job, but yours is very typical, I suppose, of many of the jobs that we see, where people have been kind of left on their own for some time, and really could use a hand up.
That was really the case with mine. Really could use not a hand, but you can with lots of hands, lots of skills, lots of different machines. In 2 days, it really changed, and it lifted a lot of weight off my head. I have 2 acres, just about. Half of that was cleared area, but the other half, the more complicated bits surrounding the house, were really like a jungle, and people couldn't see the house.
No.
The house was totally encroached, but when I work quite long hours at the moment to prepare for the summer for this cafe, and I also work at the pub. So those were my excuses maybe to avoid seeing it in daylight. But when I first saw it in daylight, it was really amazing. So thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
So this was your first time to join?
So this is actually, I joined the organisation only months ago, within the last couple of months.
I'm so glad that the first attempts had to be aborted because I got to see you.
It's for me personally, there have been so many coincidences in the last 2 weeks, in the fact that I've been able to come on this operation, for example, and as you've seen some of the pictures that I've been taking, that was to me unusual that I would be given that role so early. Public relations. When I'm still so new to the organisation. But I was given good briefings and lots of support in the background, and that's the other thing with Disaster Relief Australia. We have volunteers that I described earlier come out on the ground, and they're the hands and blue shirts that you see in the field. But back behind the scenes, there's a national coordination runs logistics and communications, and the public relations piece that I got parachuted into. I had the support of the national public relations.
And they are generally full-time people.
Yes, that's correct. So as a not-for-profit, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, coordinating the operations, but also reaching out to other groups and corporate sponsors to get support.
I can only try to imagine, but like this shop, people seem to think if my son says 6:30 to 12:30, that's exactly the hours that I work. But there are lots and lots of things behind the scenes. So I could only use that to imagine the volume of tasks that exist behind the scenes.
And that's why perhaps you're seeing such a large amount of work for one person. Most definitely. I think thanks to Coates for providing the little tip trucks.
Ah, right. Okay.
We ran, I think, in the order of 30 truckloads.
Yeah, that's how bad it was, and that's how good it is now.
And saws and an excavator. You saw the big mess that got dug in the front there.
It's not a mess.
I think with all this beautiful rain that we're getting,
it may settle things.
It may settle.
Okay.
So but there's still some work to do, I'm afraid.
But I can now ask other people to come do it. I can engage local professional people to do so. Before it was too bad. I couldn't get people in.
I think, as you say, for 1, 2, 3 people to do that amount of work would take maybe 2 weeks.
And maybe it was just too messy. To start with. So now it's easy for local contractors to go in and do whatever that is doing. I can do these things myself too.
The little bits that you enjoy, like the rosemary.
And a bit more. Maybe not till the end of January.
No.
But after that. So you guys do this to help people, but you sacrifice a lot. You stay away. You have to come away from your families. You probably, many of you have to take annual leave to do it. So instead of going to a beach resort, you come to a place like this and you actually work very hard, sleeping in a Spartan sort of military-like accommodation.
We were fortunate here at the one of the local caravan parks gave Disaster Relief Australia a very good rate.
Oh really? Okay.
So we stayed a bit cheaper.
Okay.
And some of our members got to stay in the cabins. Some of the rest of the team chose to stay in their swags.
I saw swags in heavy downpours.
I'm fortunate I have a family camper van. Caravan.
Complete with a very nice coffee machine and grinder.
Thank you.
So you are the coffee man for the camp.
So I kind of took on a little bit of a welfare role as well.
What do you mean by that?
So typically with a larger operation we would have a lot more members. And particularly immediately after a disaster like a fire, for example, as you well know, the scenes and what you end up being involved in can be very mentally challenging, let alone the physical work. So we will quite often have a dedicated member who's trained in a little bit of mental health, first aid.
So you took on that role as well?
What we were seeing was not necessarily challenging, but often our members, like many people in the community, come with their own set of challenges, as you've described yourself. I too, I'm at a point where I'm comfortable and stable, happy to share my story. So I found that for some of our group that was very beneficial. A couple of our members over the 2 weeks need the best description is maybe a hug. Whether it's, like you're saying, perhaps because they're separated from family or support networks, or perhaps just the reminder of events in the past by virtue of being around fire scenes or being around
devastation,
other military types.
Right.
Generally, though, that's often a support. That's positive thing to.
So why do you decide to do this, and why do you think other people do it? Because doing something like this can trigger some difficulties.
Yeah.
And there are other sacrifices as well. So why do you do it? Why do you think other people do it?
So I might answer in the other sequence if that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm not sure why everyone else does it.
Yeah.
Generally, the feel or the response that I get when I ask or they share is simply to help people. They enjoy helping people. I think to articulate it a little bit further or provide a bit more of an explanation, I could use my own. Because it seems similar themes a lot of the time. And again, it's around helping people. It just seems like the right thing to do. If someone you see in the street needs a hand with the shopping, it doesn't take much out of your day to go and help. If someone is struggling with their garden, I, for example, back at home, have a fair bit of time free when the storms came through there recently. Not very bad storms at all, but several trees in our neighbourhood came down. I like helping. I like chainsaws. From a safe distance. So I'm out doing those sorts of activities. I just hop over the fence and help the neighbours with theirs as well. I like to think that generally in our community, that's what we do. That's
I think you're right. I think I saw that in many different ways after the bushfire.
And if I can deflect to your experience or your story that you shared with me, I see the same thing there in a different context. You're able to provide coffee service to people day and night.
I enjoy the opportunity of feeling useful.
And that's what we take too. We don't do it for medals because we generally don't receive them.
You might.
Some members did recently for
excellent
for their part in the
DLA.
We don't do it for reward. We're not paid as volunteers, of course, and we don't seek praise or adulation. We get plenty, so thank you very much.
Yes. So I receive a lot, and I see it everywhere around my house. And one thing that did to me was I was very happy. I was really relieved, but at the same time I was scared because you guys did so much. Can I keep on? Can I do justice to what you guys did? And I have been up and down quite a bit. And recently I've been advised to get a psychiatric evaluation, and they probably think I'm bipolar rather than depression. That happened just before you came. That was a bit. That was a surprise. But so my fear is that it happened 2 winters running that I really drank too much. And now, like today, I woke up at midnight and I thought I'd stay in bed and try, but then I thought, I might do my SNS work. I started doing it. I thought, I might as well go in and do other things as well. So I came in at 2:30. I enjoy this phase, but it's probably not a good thing. I should try to find another man, but I don't know why I'm talking about this now. But anyway, that's the problem I've been having for the last 2 years, and I think one of the contributing factors was the house. I really didn't want to be there anymore because of some history plus the state that it ended up being in. So I feel very relieved, and I feel like I can now, try to grow things. I started growing rosemaries.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can keep it, make it better.
Well,
But what do you think you might feel, other people might feel, if in 2 years' time they happen to come back and
it looks
yeah,
like it did.
yeah.
I was about to say, I don't think you should feel any pressure at all.
Yeah.
If you feel it's too big a challenge.
No, I feel like I can do it now, but if I'm in the other end, I don't know.
Well, I taught my girls to ride their bike by giving them a bit of philosophy.
Yeah.
And it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
Most bike riders know if you look at the bush, you end up in the bush.
Oh.
So where you look is where you go.
That's so true. When I'm driving, if I look that way, I go that way.
Yeah.
You are a pilot.
Yes.
That's what you need to be aware of.
Sometimes, some of my flying experience, I need to not look where I'm going and look at one of my colleagues' formation on the side. But generally. So perhaps that logic or that philosophy you can take to
that makes
your property.
Sense.
If you focus on your fears, they tend to come.
Yeah, I may behave to get there. Yeah, that's so true.
If you worry, my dear mother is a bit of a worrier. They often are.
Yeah.
I say, don't worry. It won't change the situation.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, thank you. That's a very good advice.
If you like, as I said, I'm also experienced personally with mental health struggles. For me, it was part of another health diagnosis that I had, which we've chatted about briefly. But in about 2 years, similar sort of time, I've gone from rock bottom, the very low, to, as you see me now more often than not, with a smile for no reason. I have a reason.
And the reason is?
So the reason for me is the opportunity. With every setback comes opportunity. So if you have a setback, we naturally feel, depending on what the situation is, some loss in my case, a confronting event, or a challenge that seems too big to overcome, whatever it may be. There's an opportunity there. So for me, the opportunity is a change of career, a change of activities. I get to spend more time with my beautiful girls.
My previous duty required you to be away for quite a while. I'm really away. Not being able to talk to them sometimes.
It's very, very challenging, and it tends to, I found anyway, seems to set up a little bit of a pattern where you can be around, but not as involved and engaged with the family.
Because you can't be there all the time.
If I found if I came back from a trip away, for example, and started running the house again, it all goes to chaos. Because
another reason was established while you were away. Disruptive, even though it's nice.
The family without me have been managing and running and looking after each other for however long, and then I come back and need to slowly reintroduce myself.
Right. Okay. That's a very good advice for me.
And part of the condition, the mental health, as it turns out, is a symptom of my condition, Parkinson's disease, and the diagnosis actually made a big step in being able to move into a more confident mindset. Because
you know what it is. You know why you're like.
Yeah, it makes sense. So I know I'm depressed and I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Often we try and rationalise these things to
Yeah.
understand, and then we can.
Yeah. And sometimes the reasons we find are not actually the reasons, but now you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a big help.
Yeah.
And a positive mindset.
Yeah.
I was exposed to this again through my beautiful girls and
Okay.
their schooling.
Yeah.
The school had adopted a certain style of encouraging
Okay.
positive, positive mindset.
So schools can teach parents through their children.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
In your
I
case,
learned.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful.
One of the simple things you can do is just add yet to any
Yet.
yet to the end of any sentence.
Right.
That
For
is,
example.
that is otherwise a negative or so I'm not good at making coffee
Yeah.
yet.
I'm yet to be good. Okay.
I can't do rabbits. I can't do rabbits.
Right.
I'll never.
Okay. Instead of I can't do rabbits, full stop. It's a yet, and then that opens up possibilities.
Yes. So the challenge is to rewire some of that negativity
by choices of words.
Yeah.
Right. You may not feel it immediately, but by repeating
Yeah.
that attitude, it changes how it works.
Yeah.
Right.
So part of my challenge is the wiring. Some of the wiring in my brain is
affected by your medical condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see that sometimes.
Yeah.
So if I can keep practicing and finding new ways of doing tasks that become challenging.
Right. So different parts connect with other parts to function.
It's a reasonably well studied science. Neuroplasticity.
Yeah. I read one of the most popular books, The Brain That Can Change Itself. Yeah.
That's
It was a fascinating book. Yeah.
So you know then.
I know of, but knowing of things is different.
Seeing the path.
Yeah. So now I see it.
The path.
Yeah. Now I see it in you. I think that will help me too.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that things had to be delayed. It must have caused chaos at the admin side, organizing, cancelling, but
that's what they're there for.
okay. Yeah. And I guess coming from the military background, changing situations are the norm.
Yeah, we have a little expression. You always have a plan.
Yeah.
But the plans generally don't survive the first phase.
Okay.
So overcome and adapt.
All right. So thank you very much for coming to help as part of DRA, and also maybe through coffee, becoming friends with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and we wish you and your community all the best.
And I hope you can bring your family to Mallacoota sometime.
They would love to.
Yeah, I can do things for little people as well. Your daughters aren't that little, but
No.
Yeah. I can do coffee, but maybe more than coffee. I can do things to entertain younger people. Hot chocolates, yeah, special hot chocolates.
That's what we do at home.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Fabulous.
All right, thank you very much, Jonathan.
Thank you
very much.